Before I get started, let me know in the comments what your favorite guitar pedal is. I want to know. Leave a comment. Come on. Today I'm going to go through 12 of my favorite guitar pedals. Why? Because I don't spend enough time playing with myself. What I mean is I have a lot of stuff and I don't use it enough, so I'm making a video that specifically indulges my need to be a guitar nerd, a guitar pedal nerd in this case. So I'm gonna go through my 12 favorite guitar pedals that I own in no particular order. The format of the video will be a clean sound, and then I'll turn on the pedal, play my ideal setting. And I'm also gonna have a little bit of text giving you the details of the signal chain, because some pedals I've found sound their best when going through a specific amp. Knowing how the pedal reacts to the platform, the pedal platform, in this case an amp, is crucial to unlocking the ultimate sound out of it. So I'm using certain guitars and certain amps for certain pedals. This is not a sponsored video, meaning none of these companies are paying me to mention their guitar pedals, but I will put affiliate links down below if you are interested in purchasing any of these pedals. A spoiler, there's no affiliate links for Klons, and the Klon is on this list, but other than that, all the other pedals are linked down below. If you'd like to support me, buy them through there. If you don't want to support me, do not click the affiliate links down below. Without further ado, my 12 favorite guitar pedals ever. The first pedal we'll look at is one of my favorite guitar effects ever, made popular by Jimi Hendrix, the Octavia sound, and this is the Pigtronix Octava. It's a micro pedal, the only micro pedal on this list. It's just dripping with vintagey sounds, and there's a lot of Octavias out there. I think this is the best one. Well, that's just a perfect Octavia sound, what can I tell you? Moving on to the Neunaber. Neunaber? Has anyone ever said this company right? Who cares? They make great guitar pedals. This is a chorus pedal, and chorus pedals are hit or miss for me. I feel like sometimes they're too shimmery or too tinny. This chorus pedal is excellent because it does the traditional chorus sound, which I'll show you, but it also does a variety of other different chorusy effects that I find very usable and very friendly to the ear. The the Inspire. The next pedal is the Revv G3. The Revv stuff is like Guitar Hero in a box. It's the coolest gain pedal that I've found, and I like putting it in front of a already kind of driven amp. You can put it in front of a perfectly clean amp and get incredible heavy tones as well, but I'm kind of a more is more guy. We'll start with just my ideal setting, and then I'm gonna turn that gain all the way up, and you'll see the full potential of the Revv G3 distortion. bit of a cheat. I'm putting two pedals in one, but it's because I like to use these pedals in tandem, and they're completely different effects. One of them is the slow, and one of them is the iron horse. The slow is a reverb, and the iron horse is a massive distortion. Both of them are made by Walrus Audio Effects. The slow is sort of like not your traditional reverb you would use on your everyday gig. It's more of an ambient, shoegaze, look off into the ether and find yourself type of guitar pedal. Pair that with a humongous distortion like the iron horse that really only does one sound. It's just tonal bliss. The next pedal is the Sabbadius Funky Vibe. They're really doing great work with the guitar pedals in Argentina, which is where this pedal company is based. I've gotten into my love for Hendrix and just older vintage guitar pedals in general. This makes you feel like you're actually on stage playing at the Fillmore East in 1967. What was it, 68? 69? 70. You knew it was coming. The Klon Centaur. Maybe the most fabled guitar pedal in the world, and one that I seem to have given a second life to along with other fellow content creators across this wonderful platform. A Klon is worth every penny. I'm tired of all these people slandering the Klon.
Oh, the Klon's not worth that.
Shut up. Yeah, it is. And I'm gonna show you why right now. Sweet, sweet Centaur breakup. Next we have the Boss Phase Shifter. This is a phaser pedal, and it is one of the first guitar pedals I ever owned. And I think Mike Einziger of Incubus inspired me to purchase this pedal when I was a boy. I still use it the exact same way I did when I was like 15. And that is the step motion. I really love this step motion thing. It sounds like Incubus or 311 or some kind of really neat synthesizer arpeggiator. Just listen to it. And of course, when you turn that rate up, it gets pretty wild. And maybe the unsung part of this phaser is just the actual traditional phaser sound. It's very chewy. That's a phaser adjective. Chewy. Moving forward, we have the MXR La Machine. First glance, you would think it's some sort of Octavia sound because it does have an octave boost, which I'll show you, that gives the Octavia, but it's really like this sub-octave thing that I like. It's very subtle as far as that bass sound goes. It really makes your guitar humongous sounding. Fuzz pedals in general are hit or miss. This one hits. I know what you're thinking, Tyler, what? The distortion's only on like 3? What happens if you turn it all the way up? The next pedal is the Strymon Lex, which is a rotary pedal. You may be surprised to see quite a bit of modulation in the form of like tremolo and phaser and rotary in this case. I really do love these effects, and I think they're so expressive and can really add a lot to recordings in general. So I'm working on an album right now and I'm finding myself pulling these pedals out. That might be part of the impotence of this entire video, is I've been using a lot of different guitar pedals in the recording context, and this is such a cool sound. It's such an old-timey feel. It just feels like you're sitting in a coffee shop in 1969 and some guy's sitting over there with his Gibson and he's got his Strymon Lex turned on. It sounds like that. Of course, the cool thing about this pedal is you can adjust that rotor speed, how fast the rotary is spinning. Delightful. Anyway, this is a harmonic tremolo. It's called the Loma Prieta from Coppersound Pedals. They make really great pedals, and this is no exception. It almost does a vibe thing, and it almost does a tremolo thing. Obviously, this pedal has a lot of functionality. You can do the traditional tremolo thing if you want, but harmonic tremolo just sounds a little bit more, again, to use a phrase I've already used, chewy, like a phaser almost. But my favorite thing to do is to pair harmonic tremolo with delay, and I learned that from those pedal guys, Dan and Mick. Yeah, it really, really, really sounds great. So I'm gonna have the harmonic tremolo and add some delay in post. Just sounds great. This pedal I've used before as like an always on. There's a grip knob. It really accentuates the throatiness of a Strat. Moving forward, we have the king of tone. Analogman makes this pedal, and there's a 4-year waiting list, as I documented in a video, where I did not wait on that 4-year waiting list. I just was a sap, a sucker, and I bought one off of the internet. And basically, this pedal makes every guitar sound slightly sweeter and better. Doesn't matter what you use. I'm opting for a Strat Fender setup, but it really sounds good no matter what. So, yeah. The king of tone is... list is the Source Audio Spectrum, a pedal that I use because of a riff that I came up with using the pedal. So let me play the riff, and I'll play the pedal, and then I'll just adjust a little bit, give you a little bit more. You'll hear. This is a wonderful pedal. It has many more uses than what I'm gonna show you, but just that sound. Finally, our last pedal on the list. You wouldn't think I'd end this list without having a wah pedal, right? It's the John Petrucci Crybaby Signature wah pedal. It sounds like no other wah that I've ever heard. In a metal, progressive, like modern context, this is the best wah there is. It does this thing to your guitar tone that makes it sound like an angry grizzly bear. Here, listen. Well, there you have it, my 12 favorite guitar pedals. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe it inspired you to pick up your own guitar pedals and tinker with them a little bit more, or go hunting for a new guitar pedal yourself. The holidays are coming up, or maybe you're watching this in like April. The holidays are nowhere in sight. Just buy yourself something. You have my permission. It's okay. Until next time, keep shredding.